Okay. Thanks for staying tuned in, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we talking about the Cleveland Browns and how putrid they look. So I had to bring on Brother Love so he can rant and rave, but also give you facts and figures. So what's going on, Brother Love? Thanks for coming on the show as always.
Well, I'm currently under the weather because of the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, they've affected your overall health, you say.
Yeah. They do that a lot.
So tell me how you feeling, Brother Love.
Well, I did miss the first. I did miss last week, and I touched base on Jacoby Brissett. So that's where I really want to start off.
Go
Um,
ahead.
I told y'all that he had an egregious pick the week before, and I told y'all I need to look at that. We skipped a week. He threw another egregious pick, right? And then what happens? He throws another egregious pick. So regardless of how the Browns got to where they got, you put the ball in your quarterback's hand in the last 2 minutes. I don't care how bad the defense is, how bad Joe Woods is. That's all you can really ask for. We're in the game. We can win it. The ball's in your hand. Go get the W. I mean, so you can complain about the lack of pass rush. You can complain about the running game, the kicking game. Ultimately, all that stuff problems we had with, we said here, last 2 minutes, we're in the game, give us a win. And every time we're close like that, it shows us why he's a backup. I mean, I'm mad at him, but I can't be too mad because we know what he is. He is a backup, but my God, how bad of it? Like the other ones was egregious. This one was terrible. You could have ran for a first down. I mean, man, and Miles Garrett, once again, you my guy. But what the fuck you be talking about after the damn game? He talking about the Chargers disrespected the defense when they went for it on 4th and 1. They've been disrespecting your motherfucking ass all game. I mean, and that's not something I need to hear about after a loss. I don't give a damn if they disrespected you or not. We lost. I can see if it's something you can punch your chest on because we won. What are we talking about that for? So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Miles Garrett and his comments. I mean, he's a great player, but the comments afterwards, I think he just needs to shut the fuck up for real. And that's my guy, and I love Miles Garrett.
No doubt. Let me ask you a quick question though. And we're gonna talk about Jacoby Brissett. Do you think he's trying to? Because to me, it seemed like he's trying to do too much, right? He trying to do things that he can't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's trying to play for a contract with another team? You think that's how he's looking at this opportunity, or is he truly committed to helping the Browns win?
Well, if you're looking for a contract, that's just ridiculous, dude. You've been on 3 different teams. Nobody's really looking to get you unless they really need you. So I doubt he's playing for a contract. I think that he plays well. It just seems like when the money's on the line, he shrivel up. He's scared. I mean, like because it ain't like he's horrible all game. He plays pretty well all game. But it's when the money's on the line, when you need him the most,
So
he
let me
fucks up
ask.
your work.
So Dennis, I think it's a fair question because some people might say, then why are the Browns every single game always in a situation where they're counting on a backup quarterback, as you just clearly stated, that's been on 3 other teams, right? Has never won a job. We know who he is and what he is. And then we keep finding ourselves in these situations at the end of the games where we asking that guy to win the game or not to lose the game, right? But let me ask, based on who he is it even a fair request? Talk to me, Brother Love.
Uh, I would say that he's a backup. I mean, just ain't no way to cut it. He's just a backup. So I wouldn't say that he's the only thing we can depend on because right now we have Deshaun Watson waiting in the wings. we can't afford to spend more money on the quarterback when we've already spent hella money on quarterback already. So we're kind of like stuck with what we're stuck with. I mean, he's way better than Baker Mayfield, which dang Baker.
Baker got his coach fired. Baker done got 3 coaches fired, bro. He a coach killer.
I ain't gonna say it's all his fault, but dang. But all I'm saying is, as much as we down on Brissett, we probably wouldn't even be in the game.
All right, now
with Baker Mayfield back there.
So now let's.
So I don't even know.
So let's. We gotta look bigger picture because I agree on everything you're saying about Brissett. So when we look bigger picture, we have to, we've already established that Brissett is not a clutch crunch time quarterback. And that's fair.
We knew that. We knew that when we
But that's fair. That's not, ain't nobody pooping on him. He managing the game well. I think Stefanski is calling a hell of a game so far. We got us a coach. Now, the defense is.
I don't like Woods.
I mean, I think the defense got more than one problem because though the middle of that defense is not, they're not doing anything. And Jacob Phillips is not plugging the holes. He's not getting off blocks. The Browns kind of built their linebacking core to be fast because they was more concerned about chasing Lamar Jackson, right?
That's why you got JOK. Mm-hmm.
So, but after yesterday's horrible performance, the general manager, Mr. Barry, went and got Deion Jones from the Falcons. So that, to me, is a great move, right? But it's also acknowledgement from the top that this is a horrendous problem. Not being able to stop the run.
Well, just to interject, it's been a horrendous problem, but to be honest, we had Anthony Walker. Our defense was much better than he went down recently. Mm-hmm. So that effect, Anthony Walker was a decent player.
Great player. I like Anthony.
So ever since he went out of the lineup, it's really been a problem. That's when we really starting to show it. And our defensive tackles are young and not really that good. We really need to go after Sue or Sheldon Richardson, one of them two, or not if not both.
If not both is what I was gonna say.
I would say both. But really,
now real quick, what you think about using Kareem Hunt as capital to secure? Listen to me, a trade for a premier defensive tackle?
No. Mm-mm. I'm not breaking up those running backs. No. They complement each other too well. You can find a run stop. You can find a good run stopper without giving up Kareem Hunt.
How? Tell me how.
Free agency.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now.
Right now. And Dominic Sue is on the market.
Adonica Sue is what?
I would not give up.
Hold on. Adonica Sue is how old?
I don't care. I'm not giving up Kareem Hunt.
How old is he?
He's 35. I'm still not giving up Kareem Hunt.
Just listen to me. What other teams are knocking down Sue? Or what's stopping Sue from getting signed to another team?
He want to go to the championship. He won't sign. It ain't because they won't sign him. He won't sign.
So he's been offered deals and he ain't signing. So other teams are interested to him, and he just kind of waiting to see how the playoff picture gonna form.
Pretty much.
So, what do you think the Browns' chances are of getting Sue right now?
I don't know, but I'm still not giving up Hunt.
I got that, but I'm asking you, what do you think their chances are of getting Sue right now?
I really don't know.
So, based on his demands, it don't sound like it's a good chance, right?
I wouldn't say that.
And we haven't really heard any.
I just would say I don't know.
Well, if his demands are to be on a playoff contender, the Browns don't look like a playoff contender.
The Browns definitely look like a playoff contender. They just fucked up a lot.
Okay. You just said it yourself.
The Browns lost. I got a backup quarterback and it's 2-3 and is lost by 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points. That's damn sure a playoff team. There's a couple of fuck ups. You put Deshaun Watson in there, they won't be losing any games.
That's going to be, but that's week 12.
They don't lose any of those.
That's week 12. Stop.
Okay.
So what
We'll
I'm
have
asking
5 wins by then. All you need is 5 wins.
now, listen to me though. Let's get back to what we were saying. What are their options at securing a run stopping defensive tackles realistically?
I told you what I'm saying. I'm plugging in those veterans and I'm sticking with what I have.
But they
And then
can't
I'll
get
draft one in there.
it doesn't look good that they're gonna get sued. They could get Sheldon Richardson if they want him. They could have been had him. So I'm asking you, what do you think is the
I'm
holdup?
telling you, you don't want the answer. I'm
No,
telling you, either you get one of them, and if you don't get them, you stick with what you have and you draft the D tackle in the draft. But I'm not giving up
so
anyone right now.
so you're not going. There's nobody on the Browns roster that you would be willing to give up for a proven, established run stopping defensive tackle right now.
No, because
Nobody.
first of all, we don't have nobody of value besides outside Hunt. Who else who could we trade?
I'm just asking you. You don't see
Yeah.
nobody. There's nobody on the team that you'd be willing to give up.
Nobody that a team that would be willing to take from us. So we don't have anybody. The only trade asset is Green Line. Not willing to give him up.
Not willing to give him up. You
Nope.
don't think? What about one of the corners?
Greedy because he gets injured a lot, but I don't know. He plays well when he's not injured. That's tough. But Greedy probably would be one. I mean, maybe Greedy, and even then, I wouldn't even want to get rid of Greedy, to be honest.
You want to keep Greedy. Well, Greedy's gone after this year anyway because his contract's up. And
well, then if he's gone, then there will be no reason for me to not trade him.
There you go. So that's one player.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not like I love what Kareem Hunt brings to the team. But one of the things I've been noticing in these games late in the fourth quarter is that they've been having Kareem Hunt on the field and not Nick Chubb. And I understand that when you're in the passing personnel, Kareem Hunt is a better pass blocker and he's a better receiver out of the backfield. But I still think maybe they got to mix that up a little bit more and get Chubb in there late in crunch time a little more because we all know he can break it from anywhere on the field. He could break you a nice one, get you closer field position for a field goal. But all that hype on K. York being the next great kicker and all that, I think they can slow that down. I don't think he's the next.
He's not ready yet. I ain't gonna close the door on him, but he for sure.
He missed 2 kicks yesterday.
Hey, you know what I'll tell you though? I'll tell you this. Cleveland is a tough place to kick. It really is. He got to get used to that. I'm not saying that it's that is done on him, but Cleveland has always had actually the 2 worst places to kick in the NFL happens to be Cleveland and Pittsburgh. It's like I don't know why the winds where you just can't get it down.
Late. Yep.
Yeah, even punt returners have trouble fielding the kick because the wind of the ball. So
facts.
I'm not willing to slam the door on them yet, but man, you got to hit it. I mean,
the 45-yarder.
Really, I think
45-yarder.
I was getting ready to say that the 45-yarder was way worse than the 54 to me, and it wasn't. And the 45-yarder he missed wasn't even close. It went so far away. I mean, I'm not gonna give excuses to him, but I will say the man is a rookie. Cleveland is a tough place to kick, but he's still gonna get the business just like anybody else. Them fans is at his head.
They are. I thought the defense recovered well, considering Justin Herbert only threw for 224 yards, but they did run for 235. But I thought they did pretty good, but they didn't have Keenan Allen, one of their top receivers. But I still thought the secondary bounced back. I just think Joe Woods.
They answered the bell at the last play. They got the ball back.
They did, man.
They answered the bell. I mean, that's what I'm saying. As much as people talk about the D, when it looked like see, this is the funniest thing. The D played bad, but when it mattered most, they showed up.
They did.
Jacoby Brissett plays good, but then when it matters most, he fucks up.
I mean, the defense, they're real good in the red zone. When they get in the red zone, they don't give up touchdowns. I'll say that about them, because that's kind of what's kept the Browns in all of these games is the fact they don't give up a lot of touchdowns once their defense. Now they'll let you go up and down the field, but when you get in that red zone, Joe Woods got some nice calls there. Now, but real quick, the Browns should technically be 5-0.
Should they?
Right now.
And this is the only thing that's really giving me cause to be happy that people ain't talking about is we got Jacoby Brissett and we damn near average of 35 a game with Jacoby Brissett, and he missing reads. That's one thing that we ain't talking about because he keeps us in the game, but it's some times where he's misread where we could have put him out. You know what I mean? So he's missed a lot of open reads.
That one down the sideline, the Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb. Yeah. So he misses a lot of reads. So I can imagine, even if Deshaun Watson is 50% of what he once was, he's gonna light it up with that running game and people getting open like that. And Amari Cooper, I mean, at home he plays well. Away he does not. But Njoku has finally came around.
Oh, yes, he has. The Chiefs has woke up.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things. I mean, it's sad that only the Browns should be 5-0, but somehow they 2-3. I mean that's the Browns.
All right, so let's do this real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna take a look at these next few games we got coming up, and then you can kind of tell me what you think our schedule gonna look like leading into that December 13th game December 4th game when Deshaun Watson comes on the scene. So let me share my screen here. No worries. Okay, right here. So let me know if you can see it, Brother Love.
Yes, sir, I can see it.
All right, so they got the Patriots, Ravens, and Bengals coming up before the bye week on November 4th. How you see that panning out where you sit, Brother Love?
Man, being that the Browns have been so unpredictable, I'm not going to say 100% sure, but I believe they'll beat New England next week. I think they'll end up losing against the Ravens. Even though I believe that they can beat the Ravens, I believe that they'll lose. And we just got Cincy's number. We'll beat them on Halloween. So that's what I think. I think we'll go 2-1 here.
2-1 now. Let's go to after the bye week. We got the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Buccaneers. What you see there, brother?
Man, I think we beat the Dolphins. Bills is gonna be tough, and so with the Bucks. So, man, deep down in my head, I don't think we beat the Bills at all. So I'm gonna call that a loss. Tom Brady has a bad offensive line, and it's in Cleveland. If they don't give him any egregious calls, we should beat them.
All right. So based on your prediction, going into the December 4th game versus the Texans when Deshaun Watson returns, you got the Browns at 6-5. The remaining schedule, the Texans, Bengals, Ravens, Saints, Commanders, and Steelers. I see the Browns going at least 5-1 there. What do you see?
I don't see them unless it's rust, and I think he'll get the rust off. That'd be an easy game to get the rust off against Houston. I don't see them losing the game. Not if that offense, if Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt can keep running the ball, and you got them receivers getting open like they are, that offense, I believe our defense can make enough plays. And even if the defense don't make enough plays, Deshaun Watson has enough talent and enough firepower that I don't see anybody else going them but the Bills or the Chiefs.
Okay. So with your prediction, you got the Browns finishing at 12-5. I got them finishing at 11-6. I think either
one. I like
one
to revise that. I'll say 11-6. I don't think 12-5.
11-6, and I think that puts them in the playoffs and gives them a chance to contend for a title. What you think, brother?
I'll tell you this. I know one thing: they better stop losing the AFC teams because the tiebreaker. Because if you do not win the division, then you at the mercy of the tiebreaker. You just lost to the Chargers. I'm pretty sure they'll be in the playoff picture at the end of the day. The Jets, I don't think so. I think the Jets are going to be out of the playoffs race. They got it. They did a nice surprise in their 3-2. I don't see them being a threat, but that's just another gimme loss that makes me sick to my stomach. But
That was horrible.
yeah, but as far as we have to win against AFC teams because the good ones, we're gonna have to answer to them when, like, say we both 10-7, and they need to get in. They're gonna go right to that head to head.
Well, I agree with you on all points made. And before we close out, I just say that if the Browns shore up the run defense and they can finish at 11-6, 12-5, somewhere in that area,
with a home game, wow.
I can see them making a lot of noise because in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the ball. So I just want to thank you again for coming on. Anything you want to say to the Browns management, the Browns players, or anything you got to say to them personally, Brother Love, before we sign out of here?
Yes, I do. Good pickup for Deion Jones and Myles Garrett. I don't know what you be thinking when you be saying stuff. And like I said, you a great hey, dude. I've been wanting you to be here forever, but bro, I don't even know what you be saying after these games. So we need to figure that out, man. And the defensive coordinator figure out how to scheme Myles Garrett back open because they're rolling out away from him. They're double, tripling, and chipping him. But guess what? Michael Parsons is out there making plays. So their defensive coordinator is figuring out how to get their best pack. Because I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Michael Parsons is and their game planning around him. But for some reason, he still can smell the quarterback's breath. So, Joe Woods, figure out how to get Myles Garrett, the best pass rusher in the NFL, more pressures.
All right, there it is there. Miles, we going to need a translator. Get you somebody maybe like, remember on Key and Peele, they had the Obama translator.
Yeah.
We need a Miles translator so we can see where you coming from because we support you. We love you. We don't want you to go nowhere. It ain't like that, bro. We just trying to get an understanding where you coming from. So, hey, man, thanks again for coming on the show, Brother Love. You know I love you, baby, and I'll be reaching out to you soon. We can chop it up.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. Go Browns.
Always. In a minute. Go Browns.